and welcome to this new video for my channel, The Untitled Traveler. I'm Caro Herrera, and today I'm going to be talking about this TV series called Dickensian. It came out in 2015, and it deals with taking a lot of Charles Dickens' characters from several of his books and mixing them up together in the same setting. Which means that we get an idea of what it would be like if Lady Dedlock from Bleak House was friends with Miss Havisham from Great Expectations. Or what would happen if Oliver Twist and Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol were living in the same neighborhood. Dickensian stars Peter Firth, Stephen Rea, Sophie Rundle, Tuppence Middleton, Anton Lesser, Pauline Collins, among many, many more. And just in case you were wondering, this will be a video without spoilers, so sit back and enjoy. And also, if you're wondering where my usual bookshelves background is, well, I'm living abroad at the moment, so for a while you're gonna see me with this wall in the back. So yeah, anyways. I am an Anglophile who loves period dramas and English literature and history, so Dickensian had a lot of elements that appealed to me. My favorite Dickens works are Great Expectations, Little Dorrit, Bleak House. I adore the Victorian era as well. And while I did think this project was a bit daring, I also believed it would be wonderful if it was well done. And when it first was announced, I was really looking forward to watching it. Then I read a review which wasn't that encouraging, so I kinda said, okay, I won't be that eager anymore to see it soon. And so the years passed, but then finally, at the start of 2018, I moved to another country and I was watching the new Netflix there, and I saw that they had Dickensian. So I started watching it, and the first 2 episodes were alright, but then, I don't know when exactly, I realized that I was getting obsessed with this show because I couldn't stop seeing it and thinking about it. So it gets better and better, and the ending is just amazing. As I mentioned earlier, Dickensian is about taking different characters from Charles Dickens' novels and mixing them together to see what would they be like if they were interacting. So along with Lady Dedlock, Miss Havisham, Oliver Twist, and Ebenezer Scrooge, we also meet with Inspector Bucket, Jacob Marley, Arthur Havisham, Bob Cratchit, Tiny Tim, Bill Sikes, Fagin, Captain James Houghton, aka Nemo, Jaggers, Mr. and Mrs. Bumble, Matthew Pocket, Sir Lester Dedlock, and many more. And it's really cool to see all of them and what happens to them and how they deal with stuff and everything, their relationships, even if they are invented. And because I think that they do have that spirit, that feeling that makes Dickens' characters special, so the characterization was well done. And also, it is kind of sad that we don't get to see Pip from Great Expectations, or Little Dorrit, or Esther Summerson from Bleak House, Nicholas Nickleby, but because this is kind of a prequel to all of those stories, it was very interesting to learn the backgrounds of many of these characters in more detail. And even if the series deviates from what I thought some of the characters would have been like when they were young, I still can appreciate all the detail and effort and love that went into making this TV series, and that's what makes it special as well. I'm going to give Dickensian a 4.8 stars out of 5, because even though it's not perfect, the costumes and the settings are gorgeous, the acting is really good, and it doesn't feel like a dishonor to Dickens, rather an ode to show how much we'll all love him after all this time. I haven't read all of his work, so I can't say if they made a good job in recreating his characters, all of them at least, but the ones I do know, I enjoyed. Some of the incidents were a bit of a letdown, but overall, it was wonderful. My favorite storyline was that of Honoria from Bleak House, before she became Lady Dedlock. I read that book long ago and saw the 2005 adaptation a long time ago as well, but Lady Dedlock was a character that always intrigued me, and even though I remember her backstory to be a bit different than what we see in Dickensian, I just loved their take on it so much and thought it ended up fitting so well with what I remembered from the character that I instantly went and saw Bleak House again. But yeah, that storyline was my favorite and I couldn't get enough of it. Anyways, I think this is all I have to say about Dickensian at the moment. Thank you very much for watching my review of it. Please let me know if you agreed or disagreed with anything I said here, or also what you think about Dickensian, about Dickens' works, or anything related to it. In the description box below you can find a link to the IMDb page for the TV series. I'm Caro Herrera, the Untitled Traveler, and I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. I'll be seeing you soon. Goodbye.